Hi, this is Josh Jackson. We're here at the Sennheiser and Pace Studio in Austin, Texas. I'm here with Adrian Grenier and Peter Glatzer, who, among other things, have a very cool app here. So this is South by Southwest Film Interactive Music, and you pretty much have all of them covered. Tell us a little bit about Shift and what you guys are doing.
Shift. Well, Shift is a company that we started 2.5 years ago with the intention of finding the best products and content online that sort of express an environmental lifestyle. So anything that is subtle and cool and well designed and beautiful, you'll find on our site.
So fans of Entourage who are wondering, okay, what has he been up to? It's a lot. You've been doing a ton with Shift. You've got all this content that you've brought in. You've brought in corporate sponsors, but the real focus of it is bringing in sustainability into just sort of all these different areas. How does that all work together?
Well, Peter does all the work, so I'll let him answer that.
That's not true. Well, we're both filmmakers. I produce feature films, and I think we brought that energy and those filmmaking tools with us to form Shift. So we create content, we create web series, we aggregate stories and news, and we have a shop where we curate sustainably designed items ranging from furniture to food to lighting to you name it. So it really is just a passion project for both of us. And we decided that in order to sort of throw a brick through the glass of the idea of environmentalism as this segregated category of things we do that are good for the planet, we wanted to inspire people the way a film would or the way you'd sell a great product, and entice people to make their own choices for themselves and not be prescriptive and not be feeding people with fear. And
we're applauding artists, innovators, artisans who are really putting their life, their passion towards doing things a little differently and with the environment in mind. So, with all of our consumerist instincts, we still want to respect the planet. So, it's triple bottom line on everything that you see on Shift, people, planet, and profit.
Yeah, and it comes across as almost a general interest website. I mean, you look at it and you don't think, green getting shoved down your throat. It's let's celebrate everything, and it sort of just bleeds through. I mean, how do you select what is and isn't something that should be applauded there?
Well, great design first, sustainable attributes, sort of part and parcel, but things that we would want, things that we would love. And fortunately, in the last few years especially, it's a very burgeoning marketplace of sustainable design and sustainable products. One of the things that's very empowering about Shift and the work we've been doing for the last few years is that as an individual, you can vote with your dollar. You can really make a difference. And if consumers demand sustainable products and organic food and the like, then businesses have to supply that. So in the private sector, you can sort of create that subtle, hopefully we're moving the needle a little bit, it's fun. It's exciting for us to be doing that, but we just put up what we like.
Yeah. Well, speaking of organic food, you've got an app now that the two of you have kind of come together and done. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to be able to, how we're going to be able to enjoy that come Earth Day? Yeah.
Well, we have a very meaningful partner in the Ford Motor Company. We've created a series called The Big Shift, highlighting innovators towards sustainability and businesses as well. And now we're launching an app. So today was the announcement, and it'll be ready for Earth Day. And it's an app that allows people to locate and find good quality, slow food around the country.
It's called food tripping.
Yeah, I saw a little slide of here in Austin, everything popping up, and it looks like y'all are picking some good places.
Well, I can show you.
Show it?
Yeah,
Can we zoom in on the?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see so many fast food.
I wasn't ready for this, but
you see all the fast food signs everywhere at every exit you could possibly imagine, and the idea is just to find.
So this app is like the better version of the highway signs, where
you got
it.
Okay,
so which camera? Okay, so that's I guess just a mock-up of it. So right like that.
Food tripping.
Little reflect. All right, and then here's.
Oh, you got it. Yeah.
Here's a slide.
Still.
And then it's very utilitarian. I mean, you can actually use it you find, look, Hillside Pharmacy is on here.
We'll have every
Whole Foods, of
Chipotle in the
course.
country, every Whole Foods in the country, small,
It's everything you would
artisanals,
expect.
Yeah.
microbreweries, organic vineyards, and wineries.
I was glad that when you said microbreweries that was getting included in this.
Sure.
We like to have fun.
Listen,
It is, yeah.
you don't have to sacrifice to lead a sustainable or conscious life at all.
Exactly.
And I think that's where people kind of get turned off. And part of what shifts messaging is you can still enjoy a very fulfilling life. In fact, it's even more rewarding when you're sharing the sort of sustainable discoveries with the people in your life.
In fact, we launched a wine as well, a Shift wine, which is organic, biodynamic, organic vegetable dyes for the label, and it's done with our hearts in mind, but it's also a wine, so you get to enjoy it, on that level too.
And
Where is
first
it
and
made?
foremost is Paso Robles, California. But first and foremost, it's a decadent, good, bold California wine. And then secondarily, it's sourced from only biodynamic and organic vineyards. So we made a sustainable wine that's packaged sustainably, but it also is a great first extension of our brand because it's decadent and it's fun and it sort of gets people talking about those issues.
Well, we're here at South by Southwest, and that also means music. And I'd love to have you talk a little bit about Rec Room and what you guys are doing. You're throwing a party tonight with it's both Rec Room and Shift, and so just tell us a little bit about that.
So RecRoom.tv is a website that basically just highlights bands that pass through my studio in Brooklyn. So it started with me and my friends, and then my friends' bands, and then my friends' bands, and then their friends' bands, and it just sort of branched out from there, all the way to the point where we actually just had the Wheeler Brothers, who are a local Austin band. They were on Rec Room 2 weeks ago. So we've just been bringing all of these different bands together and giving them a place to play and share their music and sort of the collective momentum of everybody's efforts. And so we provided a couple bands for the Shift after party tonight, and that's at Bourbon Girl.
So who would you recommend from the bands that you've been working with? You got to pick. It's like picking a favorite.
I love
kid,
all my children. I
know.
Well, tonight you'll see the Skins, who they're actual youngsters. So I'll say they're my favorite because they're so
kids.
fresh and new, and they're not cynical yet. Bright-eyed. So I'll say the Skins.
And you're going to play a little bit this week as well?
I may play.
You may play.
It's
Well, okay.
the luxury of having the studios. I get to muscle my way in.
That's great. So I just want to ask you, you had the big success with Entourage. I'm sure there's lots of people knocking at your door, but you've chosen to not just act, but not just play music, but to really dive into the technology and to all these different projects. What drives you to the things that you're doing?
I'm just very lucky, I think freedom is really being able to express yourself creatively, and I've had an opportunity to indulge those freedoms, and so it's just, I think it's just really having an opportunity that I've taken advantage of. I don't think it's any different than anybody else would want to do or is doing these days. So I'm just a youngster of the new millennium, I guess.
Well, we look forward to all the new projects from both of you. I'm sure this is only the beginning here. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And this is Josh from the Pace Sennheiser studio. Keep coming back all week.
Cheers.
Thank you.